Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and the Legend of Keepers. We resume our journey in the second banner with Lyra, the engineer. We've had a little bit of a bumpy start, I would say, but all of the pieces are finally coming together. Dare I say it? Nurgle is coming into his own, and we have acquired a secondary piece of the puzzle that can just murder everything if it feels like it. And good old Mordecai, the lovely hawk trainer who just does an unholy amount of damage. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Our trap situation is still kind of but I do really like the poisonous plant, which I feel like I say every time, and it plays into what we're doing. But I'd like to get a little more trap synergy if we can. If we can't, whatever. You do have an artifact that I'd never seen before. The Revealing Lens, which grants mechas 20% of their maximum life as barrier points when attacking at least one hero whose life is above 50%. There are two questions, actually just one, that I have about this. When using an AoE attack, and you hit multiple heroes that have above 50% of their life, does this only go off once, or does it go off multiple times? I'm assuming it only goes off once, but you sometimes never know. The answer might perplex you. But anyway, we begin today with a veteran run in the veteran combat in the Aztec Ruins. Air damage is the name, and air damage is the game. I wouldn't say we're particularly well positioned to fight against air damage, but I think we have a few tricks up our sleeve. That's a lot of damage, Loktar. I'm resisting the urge to press that button. We are fighting a sorceress who will attack the front with air. She can't be demoralized, so that plan's kind of out the window. We are fighting the Imajahagan, who will be attacking the back with air, and the Harpooner, the dreaded Harpooner, who will be healing whenever she is the last standing, and will be attacking the slowest target with ice damage, which right now is Voltaire. Now, it was a little frisky to put Mordecai back here, I will admit. But my hope, once again, was that his 30% air resist on top of the barrier he gets for there being 3 enemies would make it so that he doesn't get one-shot by the Imajahagan. He's also going to get barrier here when he swoops this lady down to oblivion. Does this go off twice because of the miraculous pill? Oh, Mordecai. You're beautiful. Now, Loktar did attack multiple people, so we might have been able to discern the answer for my question, but Loktar does get barriers for hitting people, so maybe not. She applied shell, so multi-shot here is a little questionable. I think I'm just going to AoE again. I think we're just going to do that. Unfortunately, this harpoon is coming straight at Mordecai's face. Will he survive? He will not. Darn. Almost. Almost. If he'd gotten a second turn, the Harpooner would have died. That would have been very sad. Very sad indeed. Loktar is just buying time. His inevitable death, 48. So again, gains 15 barrier points. Maybe it did go off multiple times. Hard to tell with Loktar. Boop. Nature resistance. It looks like the Harpooner is actually going to die first. What a weird strange of events. A weird string of events. That's how that's going to work. Chemic Cloud will put an end to the Harpooner. Her reign comes to a close. And with 2 dots, it's time for good old Nurgle to shine. And by Nurgle, I of course mean Pestilence, who is going to absolutely demolish the Imajahagan. Good job, Pestilence. Pestilence. Making the Great Horned Rat proud. And well, that's that. An easy W. Who would have guessed? Well, well, well. We have options. The Ice Skeleton. The Ice Skeleton doesn't really play into what we're doing, I am afraid. But we don't have a whole lot of sources of ice damage, so maybe. The Aerobot. I was actually informed. I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was right now. But I've heard the Aerobot is really good. And can be quite the trickster. Attacks additional time if a monster of the group has at least 50 barrier. I wonder if they looked up level up. Or the mechanic. Now the mechanic here is pretty disgusting. And I'm kind of leaning towards him. We saw what the mechanic can do with the miraculous pill, and it was impressive. So I think I'm going to pick up the mechanic. I'm sorry, Mr. Aerobot. And the mechanic, of course, is being named my first ever World of Warcraft character, my gnome mage who long is dead, Mechanist. Is it a good name? No. But it's the name we have. I was like 10 years old. What are you going to do? Let's go to the YOLO event. A banshee has offered her crying services for a very reasonable price. You could get a smaller quantity of tears for free if you show her one of your employees to get her all emotional. I also get emotion about hoplites, but we will pay for that, sure, why not? At the siege, we will lend out our little giant mushroom, I guess. One of our talents does play into the siege mechanic. It comes back sooner. I believe it's 2 weeks faster? Whatever. The point is it comes back sooner. But it's not like we were using the mushroom anyway. We could go to the course, but that will send the character out for 5 weeks. Do we want to do that? That doesn't seem like something we want to do. It is 2 levels, however. But depending on who it picks, things could be bad. An employee found a strange, unlabeled flask while cleaning and is about to drink it without even checking if it is poisonous. You recognize it as an evolution elixir. Will you let them drink it for +1 level, or will you take it for yourself for 11 power? You know what, Lilith? The great suck. We usually don't level you, so here you go. Take it. Become more powerful. I don't even know what your level 2 thing is. Right, you don't have a level 2 thing. Well, congratulations, you got better. So I don't know what it is. It doesn't exist. The walk-in fridge is full of bodies. The doctor could resurrect a fresh human and transform it into an employee in exchange for a little blood. Okay, I'm taking this? No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm taking this because we have a slight problem. Do you see the slight problem? If you don't, that's fine. But Mordecai and Loktar need to go. They have no motivation. If they do this fight, they will die, and then they'll be out for 10 weeks, and that is no bueno. So we're going to have to put all of our puzzles pieces together here. For the room 1 carry. Oh dear. We could bring Lilith to the front. Maybe. I kind of like this back room. However, I don't like that our defenses are kind of all over the place. Kind of, sort of all over the place. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't remember what we named the ice skeleton. Actually, I think I do. Here you go. Unfrozen. He may or may not serve us well. This isn't really the fight to be tossing a coin, but hey, I'm gonna toss the coin. We are in the presence of royalty. The High King of the Dawi stands before us. It is none other than Thorgrim Grudgebearer, who has come to put a wrench in my plans. Speaking of a wrench, let's throw one. Look at that barrier. Accumulating. And he's dead. Alright, we're fighting Thorgrim, who will be attacking the front with air and applying vulnerability to himself. That sounds strange, but he does stuff when he gains certain stacks of it. The priestess will be attacking the front with air, and the tracker will be attacking the back with fire. I was kind of hoping that with the bonus barrier, Mechanist would just survive, but as you can see, that went not so well. This first room is kind of nothing more than a distraction, Carnifex, and I don't think it's going to go well. But hey, Unfrozen 8 to attacks, so that's cool, I guess. Ooh, yeah, this didn't go well. Also worth noting that Well, the tracker dodged the first trap, but she's not going to dodge the next one. The priestess is immune to master spells, but I'm not that concerned about that, really. What would we even do here? The trap layout was a little strange. I guess we just poison? Alright, poison it is. Now this layout, I was much more confident in the second group here, and I was a little perplexed at what I wanted to do. Good old Pestilence has a lot of air resistance, so I was like, what if we put him up front to tank? Strange thought. But oddly enough, the Skeleton Archer actually gains bonus poison when he's in the front, and the Troll Spear would make him pretty tanky. But I'm just going to stick with the tried and true. We're going to put him in the back. He's going to absolutely demolish the tracker. He will eat the tracker's first attack with his dodge. And life is going to be swell. Now, also fun tidbit here. The suck... Ow, that hurt. The suck is very effective here because every single person on this enemy team has armor. So she is going to ricochet the whole way down. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now I'm going to instance with Nurgle to kill the tracker so that Pestilence here, on his second turn, is going to be able to shoot her. And put her in a coffin. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's been all wrapped up. The suck lived. Well, I'm kind of surprised. Nurgle's single target damage is not particularly fantastic, but hey, we'll wear him down. And Pestilence will probably bring it home. 10 stacks of poison, and that is a defeat for the Dawi King.
The Great Book of Grudges remains full.
I do feel a little bad continuously killing him. But hey. Artifact, the Transmutation Circle. Monsters placed at the front deal 2% additional damage per missing life percentage. I talked about this last time, but I was incredibly confused on how this worked. I thought it was based off of enemy missing percentage, but it's based off your monster's missing percentage. And with the Troll Beer, this would actually be really good. It's a contender. The Mouth Shutter, we've never actually used this trap. It does morale AoE damage and applies Silence 4, so they cannot use their hero skills. Could be particularly useful, depending on what we're fighting. Such as the randomizer, if we can get the trap before the first monster room. That could be hilariously good. But how can I not? How can I not take the Jubako? I have to. He's my favorite. Ah, the team is all...
Good work. We'd like to offer you a promotion.
Hey, I love promotions. Okay. The team's back together. We are delighted to offer you one of these advanced traps which will have its own room in the dungeon. So we have the defensive turret here. 60 physical damage, shoots at the target of your choice. 2 ammunition. The first shot does not consume ammunition if the defensive turret is benefiting from enhanced trap. Huh. So I basically get to pick who I want to dome. Unfortunately, we don't have any of like the enhanced trap, multi-action sort of shenanigans going on. But could be good. The Tesla Cannon. 40 air damage and minus 20 morale, shoots at the target of your choice. 2 ammunition. Ricochets once to another and random hero if the target's air resistance is negative. I'm sensing a trend here. And last but most certainly not least, the Grenadier. Grenadier. There we go. 40 fire damage, shoots at the target of your choice. 2 ammunition. Deals 20% of the final damage to the other heroes. Which of these do we want? Well, you know, 60 is the biggest number. I know. Shocker. So let's go with the bigger number. Now, what do we want? What are we looking at? What are we looking at? We're bringing back the boys. Mechanist, what do you do when you level up? I think we saw last time, but I've forgotten. It's been 2 days. You can't expect my memory to last that long. Monsters in the dungeon gain 25% of his power as barrier points when the mechanic is defeated. Wow. His damage scaling is pretty nuts. Well. We could also level up Abaddon. We could level up Chewbacca. I do love the Chewbacca. I'm being a little biased here. I think what I want to do is I want to go to the engineer. And I want to level up this trap. This trap. We could do the double level up here. So if we level up the poison cloud here, we could level up the trap again. We're just gonna skip it. I want to level up the poisonous plant though. We're gonna go to the trainer. I kind of want to level Mordecai. You need a new name, bud. You know what? The suck has done well. So has Pestilence. Alright. We'll level up Pestilence and the suck. They have performed remarkably well for characters that I typically kind of sort of ignore. A giant worm has oozed its way into the lower levels. What will you do with it once you have killed it? What will we do with it? Well, I'm broke, so we're going to sell it. A wizard with a strange hat has fallen from the sky and landed in the entrance hall. He was carrying a magical artifact. Demons' attacks regenerate their life by 150% of damage dealt. If the target is afflicted by burn... Oh, I don't do that. I'll sell that. Now, as for our team composition... I still don't remember what I called the tree. I really don't. So we're going to give him a temporary name. Haligtree. That's just the first thing that popped into my mind. Courtesy of course, Elden Ring. I'm pretty satisfied with these rooms. I feel like Haligtree should be in the first room somehow, though. Like, this first room is entirely... Here's the point of the first room, okay? But don't tell them this. The first room is a stalling tactic. Deal as much damage as humanly possible. That's it. I feel like Lilith could come to the front and Loktar could come to the back as well. I do... Okay, let's do that. Room 2, room 1. See, now if we had the staff, what's it called? The staff of speech or something, this room would be empowered by 30%, and it would be disgusting. But unfortunately, we don't have the staff of whatever. Let's go get a trap. You dare step foot in my realm. It's just going to be terrifying. Absolutely horrifying. I wish I could easy target them, but I'm pretty sure... Maybe we'll get 5 turns, maybe we won't. Do I gamble it? Alright, we gamble. So, we are fighting the Shadow. We'll be attacking the front with nature damage, one of the most annoying characters in the game, followed up by another one, the Knight. Wow, okay. Who will be dealing physical damage to the front, and in the back is the dreaded harpooner, Sakari. I do really like your name, as annoying as you are. And, I put Abaddon here just to have a giant bundle of health, but he's gonna die. Thankfully, he's gonna eat an attack from everybody. So that's nice. We also have Haligtree here, who's not long for this world, but I was kind of hoping I could do, like, I don't know, any sort of damage whatsoever. So, yeah. That was pretty much my plan here. Thankfully, we are going to kill the Harpooner. We are going to get a little bit of overkill, which is unfortunate, but a kill is still a kill. A Pyrrhic victory, my friends, is still a victory. Unfortunately, I don't think, wow, even with the barrier. Now, these two annoying characters must make it through a cavalcade of traps and spells. Thankfully, easy targets still persisted, which is nice. That worked out well. I mean, that was entirely planned. Entirely calculated. 100%. So now the question is, do we target drone for easy target again, or do we poison? Let us target drone. Because I think I can use that on my advanced trap. Maybe. You know what I'm shooting, right? Oh, yeah. Pop. Just spam, it's fine. Pop. There we go. Alright. Now it's up to the team. The carry team. Nurgle is in the front. Tanking as Papa Nurgle intended. And Pestilence is probably going to carry this again. Probably going to carry this again. We have Loktar here as well. I was kind of just picturing Loktar will be like, hopefully, a defense for Pestilence should they get through Nurgle, but it's looking like they're not even going to get through Nurgle. What a joke. How could I have possibly thought they were getting through Nurgle? They're not. I think I know how this works, but I'm going to try it again. Will you then attack the shadow? Yes. Okay, good. Well done, team. Well done. Loktar. Ogre. Oh. Well, there's a thought. The Ballista. This is area physical damage and applies broken armor. I actually really like the Ballista, and it synergizes well with our advanced trap. The question... does it synergize with any of our monsters? Mordecai. Which is a good synergy to have, by the way. The Cursed Prism applies elemental weakness. I am a big fan of the Cursed Prism, and it could work out well because we could like double stack it with the nature weakness. Or the energy converter. 35 physical damage to the back. The next group of monsters gains 50% of damage dealt to the target as barrier points. This wasn't actually what I thought it was. But this can be a big deal, depending on what we're fighting. And I like this defense. I like having a defensive option. We have a lot of offensive options. So let's get a defensive option, shall we? I know. Who are you and what have you done with Fable? I know. At the engineer, we're going to go ahead and upgrade the poisonous plant to its final tier. Beautiful. So, is it even worth upgrading the energy converter? Where is it? So it's level 2. At level 3, it deals 45 damage. At level 4, it deals 65 damage. Of course, you also have to take into account the defenses of the target that it's hitting. But 65, my friends, is a pretty big number. The problem is that it costs 175. That brings us to about 299. Which is maybe one upgrade for somebody. We'll upgrade it. We're a trap build, okay? Ooh, collectors. Nice. I mean, calculated. The suit and tie vampires are here to collect taxes. However, blood is more valuable than gold coins to them. They could even grant you a monetary compensation in exchange for blood collection, and you would be exceptionally exempted from taxes. Take the blood. We've collected much. We're going to take the business trip. We're pretty much deciding who we want to YOLO away here. Mechas gain haste 2 at the start of their turn if they have barrier points. Huh. We would have to bring that in over something. And to be honest, we could bring it in over the Bewitched Gloves. We're not sending away Pestilence. Okay, sure. So the rest of this I want to keep. So we're sending in... we aren't really using the homeopathic poison, are we? There's a world in which the Bewitched Gloves aren't particularly useful because of all of our AoE random effects. I say random, but they're entirely intentional. But there is a world where if a monster goes first, like if we have Monster Room up front, Mordecai can pop the back with an insane damage. Whereas homeopathic poison, we haven't actually made use of this in a long time. So we're going to go ahead and replace the homeopathic poison. Because we've kind of just, as time has gone on, converted into just Damahe. Now, for our final upgrade, I think we've got to bring the Sunk up. We have never leveled the Sunk to level 4. And I think that's what we're going to do. Machinist to level 2, Mordecai to level 3. It all just kind of worked out. And by Machinist, I mean Mechanist. Again, the name doesn't make sense, but it doesn't matter. It's about the memories. Now, for the final fight, is this what we want our team to look like? I'm not against it. Am I for it? Yeah, that isn't bad. Loktar is a decent... Part of what makes me like Loktar in the back group is that Loktar has armor. A lot of armor. And over time, he's like accumulating barrier points just by the spread of glorious poison. The glorious spread of Nurgle's gifts. So, let's see if Nurgleth can bring it home. If we will indeed make Papa Nurgle proud. What a strange layout we've got for this final fight. But the good news is, remember when I said there is a world in which Mordecai gets to pop the first target with the Bewitching Gloves? We live in that reality. We're fighting a Templar who will be attacking the front with air damage. Mordecai is not long for this world, but don't worry, he's going to get his ability off. We have the Ice Wizard who moved everyone around inconveniently and is going to do AoE ice damage, which kind of sucks. I'm pretty sure even the 40 slow... Alright, everything I just said about Mordecai is wrong. Mordecai's dead. And the Pyromancer is the champion for the end of this banner, and will be attacking the back with fire damage. Thankfully, Lilith was moved to the back, and she has quite a healthy amount of that. I would love to spread the poison, but we're going to try and kill this Ice Wizard, because he's going to kill me. Very unfortunate. Supremely unfortunate. Now Mordecai is slower than the Templar. The Templar comes in with the steel chair, and Mordecai does not get to do his big bang damage. I could have placed, if I were going for a more defensive-oriented thought, I could have put Mordecai up front so that I made sure he never was put there. But I wanted him to get the miraculous pill in the back and do, you know, the big Damahe. Abaddon's here mostly just for giant health pool, but he also does get his benefit for attacking the Ice Wizard where he cleaves. And he's also resilient against the Pyromancer, but unfortunately it doesn't look like Lilith is going to get a second turn either. Nope. Stern shooting. No matter. No matter. Abaddon is doing a lot. Okay. That didn't go quite as well as I thought, but the thing is, it didn't have to go well. Because it still went well enough. It went well enough. Now, unfortunately, the Ice Wizard here is immune to Master Spells, so I am going to have to use an ammunition to kill him. But it's okay. A kill is a kill. A kill is a kill. We'll shoot the Pyromancer. There's really no reason not to. Now we get our spells, and we will, of course, be using Chem Cloud to afflict nature damage because, or poison specifically, because it's time for the Space Jam. How does that go? Slam Jam Space Jam. I don't know where I got Ram from that. The Slam Jam Space Jam has begun. Fortunately, that's a playing burn, isn't it? Anyway, our back setup should look very familiar to you. Pestilence is in the back, providing the Damahe. Loktar is going to be sitting here, accumulating shields. The dodge was eaten by Pestilence in the back. And Nurgleth is here to be, well, Nurgleth. We're going to stack so much poison on this Pyromancer, he is going to melt. Although it does kind of suck that Pestilence is about to get yeeted and deleted. Ooh. No, we stack one more barrier. One more barrier stack. Then we're going to start eating it for damage. 29 stacks of poison. That's pretty good. Pestilence. So this should go off twice. Yep. Ooh, it went off 3 times. Pestilence. 31 stacks of poison is, that qualifies as a lot, methinks. He is going to get some barrier back. He is slowly burning to death, but that's okay. Loktar never minds. His poison is all gone. That's unfortunate. I believe Loktar is dead next turn. It's worth noting that Nurgle isn't actually applying poison right now. He's just doing damage. That's alright. Probably. Also, the Sacred Altar is the one that removes penalties, so that could have been much worse than it is. Farewell, Nurgle. You almost made it. I put the Poisonous Plant here just for damage. The Nature Weakness was just going to be removed anyway. So, it was our most damaging trap. I put it there. I put down the Toad here because the poison would, if they made it this far, the poison would tick in to the boss fight. And you all know how this is going to end. Oop. Live to 18. Well, Lyra, you had to get your hands dirty, but well done. Well done.
I hope you've made the most of the old laboratory. It's time to put your inventions to the test. The humans have spread the word, and our spies have discovered that powerful humans are on their way. I hope the murderous technological advances you mentioned in your interview weren't just business jargon.
Don't worry, miss. They were not. I assure you, the murderous technological advances are indeed murderous technological advances. Heroes defeated, 29-1. We made one run away in fear.
Faculties increased.
That's not what I thought she was going to say. But great.
So many ideas.
That is the second banner done and done. The next banner, 1.21 gigawatts. That's a reference from the past. Of course, that's from Back from the Future. We get to play with a few old friends. We saw some of these guys in the first banner. We unlock the Mechanical Spider. Ooh, a trap. Interesting. Gains multi-action if there are less than 3 heroes left. Minus morale applies Terrified. That doesn't seem particularly great. I mean, applying multi-action to itself is pretty good. But it's quite the condition, isn't it? Oh, we start with it. That's going to be a weird banner. We also begin with the Spike Shield. When a hero makes a monster lose barrier points, they lose that much life. So we're going into a banner about barriers, it seems. That will be intriguing, won't it? For our talent points, I'm probably going to talk about this next time, but we're just going to keep running it down the trap tree. So we finished off with these 2 things, and now the price of upgrading traps is reduced by 20%. Look at that, Brian. We basically have the discount. Isn't it great? So thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Banner 2 is done and done. We will return next time for the 3rd banner. And I'm going to make all of the 1.21 gigawatt references. Don't you worry. Thank you to the patrons and channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. And if anyone would like to stay up to date with anything happening on the channel, feel free to join the Discord inscription down below. And I will see you next time. Bye!